Hello again, Year 7s, and hope you're all well. This is week 3 of my lockdown and week 3 of me giving you these video tutorials. This is the sheets that you should have completed last week. If you didn't get these 3 shapes done and shaded to make them look more realistic, you need to do that first before you move on today. Okay, remember we've got a cylinder, we've got a cone shape, and we've got a sphere just here, and you're trying to shade those with colour pencils to make them look more three-dimensional and more realistic. Now, what we're going to move on to today, you should have in front of you a sheet which looks like this, because this is what we are moving on to today. This is what we call isometric drawing, and it is drawing at certain angles. Now, I'm looking for a piece of equipment which I've just put down. Let me just bear with me a second. Here we go. This is what we call a 60-30 set square. This is quite a large one, as you can see, but you very often get small versions of these in stationery kits that you buy in September, just before you go back to school. And obviously most people just use them as a straight edge, as a ruler, but they are designed for doing angles, drawing angles at an angle of 30 degrees. This slope here is 30 degrees. If I flip it round the other way, this steep angle here is actually 60 degrees, and that is why it's called a 60-30 set square. So if you've got one of these in your pencil cases and you've often wondered, well, what do I do with that? This is what it's for. It's for being able to draw lines at certain angles, and that is what isometric drawing is all about. These are examples of just shapes made up of cubes, and they're all put together to make an isometric drawing. I know some of you are gamers. I know some of you like Minecraft, and if you think about the games that are out there at the minute, Minecraft is a perfect example. A lot of them are set out on a kind of an isometric pattern, an isometric grid. So it's very in vogue, very of the moment, doing this 60-30 isometric drawings. So you've got a sheet which looks like that in front of you, and you can probably see that all of these shapes line up with dots. Now, you haven't got dotted paper in front of you, but what you should have is a piece of paper which looks like that. This is isometric paper, and it's exactly the same as the dotted paper that you've got with those shapes on. It's just that each corner of a diamond shape on this isometric paper has got a dot on it. But this is even better for you today because you can follow all of the guidelines. With this one here, it is a bit of a dot-to-dot job to draw these shapes. But we are giving this paper to you today to help you draw some shapes. So let's get on and do the first one. I'm actually going to do this in pen just to make it stand out. And we will work in the top left hand corner first of all, and what I'm going to do a little dot somewhere, obviously where lines cross. Okay, so and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to count along 1, 2, 3, 4 of these little triangle shapes. 1 edge, 2 edge, 3 edge, 4 edge. Okay, and then I've done another little dot there. Let's start back at this dot here, and I'm going to count down this way. 4. 1 edge, 2 edge, 3 edge, 4 edges. Do a dot. From this dot, I'm going to count up 1, 2, 3, 4 little triangles again, and I'm going to join those 4 dots up. And you don't have to use a set square, just use an ordinary ruler to do this, or anything with a straight edge. So what we've drawn is a diamond shape, and each side of this diamond shape measures 4 centimeters, because all of these little triangles on your isometric paper are 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter. Remember that, because it can come in quite useful. Right, if you haven't already guessed, we're going to draw a cube. So what we're going to do from this corner here, we're going to count down 4 edges on this straight edge going down. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, do a dot. From this dot we're going to follow the angled line, the 30-degree line again now. So we're going to count along 1, 2, 3, 4, do a dot. And from this bottom dot that we've got here, we're going to count up towards the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, do a dot. And if we join all of these points up, you might want to do this in pen to make it stand out on your paper. You don't have to do this in pencil. Join that dot up, that bottom edge, that side of the cube, and what we call the leading edge of the cube, the edge which kind of appears closest to you, that is the leading edge. So we have drawn a cube measuring 4 centimeters by 4 centimeters by 4 centimeters. Every single one of these sides measures 4 centimeters. That is your first task, guys. So I'll pause the video, have a go at that please.